Hi there, I'm Dr. Kara Dymond. I'm an autistic classroom teacher, teacher educator, and researcher from the Ontario Institute for Studies in Education at the University of Toronto, where I teach courses in accessible education and classroom neurodiversity. I'm also the author of Creating a Neurodiversity Affirming Classroom and The Autism Lens. My chapter is entitled Everyone Else Wants Cotton Candy and All You Want is a Grape, Transforming Your Teaching from Awareness to Allyship with Autistic Students. The title is a quotation from a young autistic student of mine that I taught many years ago now, and I just felt like it encapsulated the pervasive feeling of difference, of being an outsider that can be exacerbated by school environments, and which I had heard from many students that I've taught in the decade and a half that I've worked with autistic students. Incidentally, I related very much to this young person, and while I was teaching them, I received my own late diagnosis as autistic and ADHD, which of course was a profound shift for me as a human being and as a teacher. So this chapter includes personal anecdotes of my own autistic traits over time and my own masking and examples from students that I've taught over the years. And it reframes autism through a discussion of autistic communication, processing, sensory and attentional differences, double empathy, and Dr. Alyssa Hillary Zisk's idea of autism as a neuroculture. As a teacher, of course, I've learned to question many things that I was taught to do as a teacher that are just ubiquitous within the educational system. And I explore some of these concepts throughout the chapter, which calls on teachers to consider our responsibilities as educators, to think reflexively, to challenge unconscious biases and some of those norms, things like what we think of as respect, motivation, effort, and all the ways that we privilege certain types of communication over others. This chapter also suggests avenues for allyship with autistic students through relational and environmental safety, teacher and student self-reflection and partnership, and an essential shift toward self-determination for autistic students, including elements of choice, interest-based teaching, and student-driven goal setting and self-assessment rather than reward systems and adult-determined goals, which focus on compliance, conformity, and masking of autistic traits. You can follow me on Blue Sky, LinkedIn, and other social media platforms under the handle Dr. Kara Dymond. I also have a podcast called Autistic Tidbits and Tangents for some good fun.